Oh, sorry. My fault. Okay, so hi everybody, my name is Sia and you're watching Solux Interactive stream. Do you miss me? Okay, so today on the plan we have Bug Rush. So hi Haru, what do you do today? Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, Sia. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Today is week report. But before we can start on reporting what have we done in this week, I would like to finish some issues in the code within the creep spawning. Yesterday, I figured out that sometimes our creeps are spawned on high slopes, like on hills, and it's not good because it looks a bit weird. And let me just try to show you. It looks a bit weird, and minions which are spawned from these creeps are spawned just below the map. It's weird again. Today I decided to fix that issue and to add like a collision detector for creeps that we can detect. Oh, sorry, my microphone. Guys, telling you that my microphone is too loud. Is it better? I hope so. Just tell me in chat, please. Yeah, so yeah, what I was talking about. Creeps were spawned in wrong position on high slopes on hills. Today going to fix it by adding some collisions, and we will calculate amount of degrees. Creep can spawn only on slopes which are 15 degrees elevation only, no more than 15 degrees. I was thinking how to do this, and today in the morning while I was coming to the office I just realized that we can add some collision box in a creep itself. Creeps have physical body, and have visual mesh. But we can add one more physical box, like physical volume on the body, and place it a bit higher than its real physical body. We also will calculate amount of degrees which will correspond to elevation of this new volume. And if that volume will collide with the ground, it means this creep is spawned on too high slope, and we will not spawn it at all. So let's start. First I need to create a new box collision. Call it a slope detector. This box extent we need to set to our real creep and just move it a bit higher to start our overlapping events. Then, first of all, I need to create a new collision set called slope detection. With here the channel. I think it's object. Yes, it should be object. Like, well, EP slope detector. Should overlap by default. Good, slope detector is done. Then we will create a new preset called EP slope detector preset. And by default it will only have query. Object type should be slope detector. And let's put description required for detection of high slopes. or creeps. By default, it should ignore everything but ground. Good. 1 second, please. Okay. Great. Then let's open our base class and add collision preset to. It's not here. To reopen it probably. On. Yeah, it's here. So it should overlap ground. We also will add a function. Let's call it slope. Okay. Can be spawned on slope. And should output spawn is okay. Great. In this function, we'll get our slope detector and just check overlap. Use overlapping actor. Component overlap actors. Oops. Here's overlapping actor. Other should be ground to get it. Second, just find a proper way to doing this. Component overlap actors. Component transform. Object types. Let's make an array. Set ground here. Component transform, we need to get its world position, world transform. World transform. If it we even don't check, will not check this values, will return this result value, wait forward back. Function return. Good. In our exact for each class, for each creep,
yeah, beautiful.
Check the slope detector and put extend to this whole visual mesh, probably hundreds. No, it's too big. Yeah, 50k. Don't care about that. And we'll put it a bit higher than its base position. So imagine that we have a slope from the left side. Imagine that we have slope which is quite. Let's just test component here, for example. Let's say hundreds. For example, we have slope like this. Sorry. Let's set the slope angle to 25. Set world transform and put this creep should be spawned just on a high surface. like this, and we can just arrange this new box. Oops, sorry, it should be attached to. So now we're going to add to move this box just to this edge. So, oops, my bad. Creep itself is spawned a bit higher. We need to move this surface high as well. And now, if this box overlaps surface, ground, the beginning of spawn, if surface is more than 20 degrees, like 25 or 30, will overlap this box. Less than 20 with 20 degrees, it will not overlap and creep can spawn on its base position. Here it looks okay. Let's try to implement this and see whether it works in the real world. I will not change the base function from base creep, so it can be spawned on any slope ground. We have a controller called creep spawner manager, and just before spawning new creeps, create new creep, we'll try to adjust its location and ensure that we are not spawning it on some inappropriate place. Get closer, location to reactor. We have 10 tries where this creep can be spawned. We're getting some random location from spawn. And we check creep collisions. Safety point. I think we can manage this function. Sorry, 1 second. Good. So firstly, we need to check if it overlaps another actor like rock or another inappropriate stuff. Then, if it's okay, we need to check whether it's spawned in a proper slope. And we even have land. And this is the first time in my life. And sounds pretty good. And good. Oh, we don't have creep instance here, and we even don't have. We don't have creep spawned right now.
Why not?
So maybe this will not work, unfortunately. Because at this stage we don't have creep spawner. We're just checking. We're just checking. Checking. Is it possible to spawn creep? Okay. I guess we can replace the whole function. Try to spawn creep first on some place, then check is it okay or not. If not, we can just move the spawn actor to another location, and finally, if no places to spawn at all, we can just remove this new spawn actor. Should be better because we don't need to calculate all this overlapping. Maybe check all new creep. On location. Need to spawn dummy creep.
So hard connection. So hard connection or follow this process? Yeah.
Spawn wallet. I guess we need to spawn some dummy actor right here between these two nodes, and if everything is fine, we just need to adjust its location in the iteration cycle. If not, if spawn is not valid, we can simply remove the sector, so nothing will happen. Let's do this right now. We don't need the sequence anymore. You creep. Creep is creep. We can use it. Let's spawn is valid again. Let's remove this. This can be move it here. So once we find creep and we ensure that its spawn place is safe, we can add last creep and new creep in chain. So all creeps are chained in like some kind of tree. Great. Let's use this here. So everything right. Let's just include this in the chain. Or in a creep, but yeah, let's say creep. Creep. Then let's move this new creep to the random spawning location. And then, rather than checking just position, you can get its real collisions. New creep. To location. Good. That is still 0. So this creep will spawn just below the ground. We need to add to get that location. Just like an offset. Okay, we have that. Is this location to reactor returns? What is that? Yeah, so location, we need to recalculate that because of new location. We need to remove that from here, taking that from here, and add it on a new location, a new random location. So let's have this function create a new function like calculate z. Y. Many output dimensions. Okay. No worries. Okay. Alright. Let's just copy this. Create new function here. Calculate. Calculate z position. Move it into spawn location category. Then what is this? Here. Let's have target location. Vector. Split it. Start x and x. Y. Y and z should be starting from -5000 to 5000, and we are going to check collisions against ground. This function should return new position. One second, sorry. One moment, guys, I just need to check the strange noise coming from my microphone. One moment, please.
Sorry guys, just 1 minute. Stay with us.
Checking right now. Probably it's my bird. It's scratching the microphone. 1 second. I have a big bird. Yes, it was my bird. Sorry, guys. Okay, we have return node, and if collision was set, let's set no allocation point to return. If not, let's return nothing. Let's spawn at -5000, so it will not be visible at all.
Okay, I'm still here, so...
Great. Is it still coming from me?
Just try it in comments if you hear this terrible noise. Okay. So, what with our creep spawning?
Still on work. Okay, removing this and adding calculate Z position from this. Let's break all these links. We combine pins. Combine pins here. Here. Calculate Z position from target position and set it here. This. Now this function returns proper position from that. And we can use it in the spawning location, and we don't need this temporary variable anymore. Let's remove it. Good. So we'll spawn some dummy creep, and then we are going to check its random location offset. Now that we don't need this function, calculate that position right here, because we need to use it in another function which calculates random offset from x and y. Yep. Okay. Let's return back to our spawn new creep function. This creep spawned in some random, in some base location, then we get some random offset on it, we get proper Z location. We're setting our creep to this new location. Then we are going to check creep's collisions against other actors plus slope detection. Let's remove these functions and add, inputs, and add target creep. Set it to base creep. Then if overlaps, that's physical body. sorry, I was on mute. Great. So we got overlapping actors excluding itself if it collides with any of other objects from statics or crypt section. It's not safe to spawn. If it is not overlapping the sectors, then we need to check whether it's okay to spawn on this surface. And we will not add any more branches here, so return spawn is okay, we'll go straight to safe to spawn. Cool. Don't need this creep collision radius anymore. Delete. And target creep is new creep. If it's safe to spawn, the spawn is valid, we'll break loop cycle and check again if spawn is valid. Then we'll do some manipulations with second, what is this? This is spawned creep. I don't know what is this for. For new creep we need to set parent. Set parent creep. So we're going to have two-way, two-directional linkage. The last creep is parent creep. If it's not valid, then parent is set to this. In this creep, parent set to 0, to null, sorry, and child creep set to null as well. Let's add some reroutes. Wow, this function looks ugly. Creep location is not needed anymore, but we need to get a new creep. Base creep. Yeah, so we can get its vector location and use it as new spawn location. Spawn range. I guess I have no idea whether it's squared or not. Let's have squared version, and in the begin play we just double spawn range. We don't need to get a root from vector length, which is quite hungry function. Set it back to spawn range. Great. Maybe let's duplicate this function and call it spawn range squared. Set it. Okay. Then we can check against this function instead. Don't need to make it editable because nobody except us will be using this. Cool. I assume that it will stop working if we play right now. And yeah, by the way, we need to remove this new creep. Get new creep, destroy it if we didn't find any suitable location for it, and nothing will happen. Let's try to play. First of all, I need to set spawn points and some strange positions like this, and remove others for test purpose. Cool. Let's add some breakpoints here. Alright, nothing happens.
Something wrong? Yeah. Yikes. Oh, badly. Because I really want to see how our creep spawns in right place. So. Okay. Okay. And how you will check it?
I'm so sorry. Sorry, I was talking, but my microphone was disabled.
So how will you check it? All this stuff.
I don't know. Let's
Yeah.
just go in debug mode.
So.
Just figure out a few more issues before starting doing something. Spawned creep is not valid. What? Oh, yes. I remember why we had this function, why we had this temporary vector here. It was used temporary location. Let's move everything a bit down. Then this. If it's not valid, we'll get spawner location. Come on. Back to location and save it into some local variable called new spawn location. Possible spawn location. Somebody forgot to switch off sounds on their telephone. Scoop. Okay, setting a local variable here, and finally we can merge these branches. Spawn creep and location be new possible spawn location. Oh, it's huge. Let's move it bottom. Noise. No. And target point should be new spawn point location. Here. Let's add some beauty.
Oh, it's just so hard. Nope.
Nope.
Actually, for me, it's hard.
Nope.
To beat.
I would not say so.
Okay.
Wait.
Yay.
So let's recheck again. Let's move into this breakpoint, not this breakpoint. Compile, save, play. Compile, save, play. Good, so possible spawn location setup for some value, which is great. Vector has been created, always spawning no collisions, which is fine. Then let's go here, straight here, and see new possible location offset. Some values I don't know before. Step out, step into. Let's see where is this. Cannot, unfortunately. Okay, let's go into this node and see whether it overlaps some actors. Oh yeah. Why we have this component transform if we passing component itself into this function? We need to do some documentation reading. Let's move C4, get component, overlap, get overlapping components, component overlap actor, sorry. Component overlap actors. Let's see what people saying about. Nobody knows. Let's read official documentation. So component defines where to place component overlap testing. To test with where. Okay. Now this world transform is 0. Oh, sorry. It's rotation 0, translation is set to real value. Okay, good. Misunderstanding. I'm sorry. It doesn't overlap with statics, which is great. Then we can check this can be spawned on slope. We have this slope detector. We have its proper world transform, world location, have ground, which is fine, and it overlaps ground. Cannot be spawned there, but it found some good place to spawn. Let's see, where is it? Not sure that is a great place to spawn. Looks really ugly. Let's add some more debug code and try to render on a hill. In this function, you can add some print string. Okay. In addition, we also will add draw debug box. Add the same location, and we can try to get extent. Scale block extent. Get extent from this line color. Let's put it in a beautiful pink color. Rotation. Let's set its rotation. Duration set for 15 seconds and thickness set for 5.
Yay.
Let's see what will happen.
So.
Yay. So. Position set to really strange place. Let's move debug.
Yeah, weird.
Sorry, breakpoints. Oh, you see it.
And it's okay
Spawned
if it is
almost.
found in this.
Okay, please. Let's add one more box. Let's add one more box in and function here, even here. So we were checking about slope detector, and yeah, it was colliding with ground, but still return spawn is okay. Let's add more string. Do it again. Status is true. Ah, my fault. Not. Oh, errors. What? Need to check this later. Check creep collisions, spawn and slope. Debug. Yes. Not. Boolean. If it collides with the ground, it's not okay.
So yeah, let's
wait for a couple of seconds. Yay! It can't spawn tiny place here. Poor. Yes. Creep spawner is really bad.
Yeah.
No, we need to move the spawner to some other place to get better results, like here. Also the edge of the map. So it may find some good spots. Oh yes, reach to erector. Okay. Oh, it still cannot spawn. Slope is too high. Let's check. Time. It spawned it. At minus 5,000. We need to... Come on. Come on. Property nuclear from function. Yes. Check if reach detector. Let's find who calls this function. Sorry. Spawn is valid. Have to spawn. Spawn valid. Set to true. Creep. It's empty because I simply forgot to add it into the input.
Okay.
My bad. I set minus 5,000 somewhere and I forgot where did I do that. Which is not good. We need to not to spawn it at minus 5,000. Let's go step by step. Random spawning location. Calculate that position, and here returning back to minus 5,000. It's better to return some function. Found that coordinate, which is set to Boolean, and it can be used like if it falls, we cannot set the ground. That's here is true. Oh, bad coaching. Then need to Find all references. Find the references. False this function. It's okay to spawn. It is not a key to spawn. Let's do nothing. That was okay. Try again. Hope it will never spawn creeps at minus 5000. No. I guess collision box set to
high.
High. Too low. Probably it will spawn at 0 position. So let's add one test. Test. Surface again.
Actually, we have just 1 more minute.
And set it to 0. Location.
Yeah.
Extend it. Extend this time. I'm in rush.
You will see the 3D assets and level design. Just I don't know.
No, I will not share my time with these guys. So please continue.
If you want,
streaming me.
Continue.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, it's all
I just need maybe 10 more minutes.
Just check
Yay!
our channel in description of this video and stay with us.
Great, we got a deal. Good deal. Thanks.
Okay,
Thanks.
I really want to see how nice creep will spawn. Yeah.
Yes, we need to find
not on top on hill, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it got a good spawn point. You see?
Look at that. Oh. Just one spawn.
Another good spawn point.
Yeah.
But it's too close. Maybe it's only a possible way to spawn. Oh, these creeps are creating some kind of cluster. Another good spawned. And now it tries to get closer to the base. It finds some ways how to avoid this hill. But it prefers back to the family. We will call it creep supercluster. Let's move the spawn point to some other position, because this hill is quite strange. It's just on the edge of map, and there are no many ways where script can grow to, just to get closer to player. We have some kind of valley here. Let's try to spawn new creeps here, and also I will remove all this debug stuff. Maybe. No, not right now. Let's check this debug. Then. My bad.
Check.
Okay, good point.
Yay, nice.
Good place. This place is not good. Oh, small minion. Going to come to player.
Oh, I see small minion. Yeah, so small.
So cute. So small. For some reason, just spawns on this place. It is not advancing to player. Let's see more. No, it is not advancing. Why?
So, mm,
So, okay, if guys want to show their estate, like models, feel free to switch scenes. But I will be busy with this, so you can return
okay,
to my
okay.
screen at any
So,
time you want.
yeah. So
See you guys.
now let's. I don't know. Maybe. Who wants to show his work? Okay. So, let's see what Ruta does now. Okay. So here's our drone. Oh, actually like that. Oh, yes. Actually, for me, the small details like that, I don't know, it's so much important because I like to watching the small details, and it's really nice when the development developers just made lots of different stuff like that. It's more interesting, I guess. So oh yeah. Mhm. Oh, and how it looks. Java Lopez. Aww. Well, well, well. Hmm. Oh yeah, Java Lovers. It sounds really interesting. So, okay. Beautiful. It's really beautiful. Look at that. Oh. Hmm. So, so I have a candy. Felix, give me a candy. Okay. So, so look at that. Just look at that. Oh, it looks amazing. It really looks amazing for me. Wait, that song. really beautiful character with this wings, with this I don't know, with this head. It's with this space, yeah, here. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, look at that. Like it's open. Do you like our drone? Hair murder. Yay. And oh. Just looks great. Okay. Okay, Ruta tells me that he wants to comment all this process. Okay, so in a few minutes you will hear the Ruta in your headphones. Okay. Just wait a minute.
Hey, hi everyone. I hope I sounds not too loud or not too quiet. And I will comment my work just because it's hard to tell what I'm doing right now, judging by what you see on stream. So right now I have my high poly model of our drone. Some parts of this mesh looks unfinished, and they indeed unfinished, but for now I need to create a low poly version of my model, just because in further development, in further creation of my model, I will use floating meshes. For those who familiar with baking textures, they will understand me. By floaters I mean, one moment please, I found I will add more meshes, more details, but there actually won't be I don't know how to say, won't be part of these objects. These objects will be independent from another. So, and then I will bake them to texture, and we will have I hope we will have nice normal information without extra poly count, and we just don't need to add those details as mesh, just because we will see this unit from above, from far distances. So I decided to do low poly for now and export low poly to engine, and soon enough you should see this model in engine. It needs some preparations. Okay, last thing I want to do to rename my objects that ready to retopology. It's hard work to me. I won't add antennas, the antennas for now. Okay, I think we can start. I can change my low poly model anytime after I will create it. So let's start. As always, I start with this simple plane. I won't bother with name of my newly created mesh for now. And couple tricks for retopo I read. I can't remember where I read them. Use hidden wire option. So I will use that option so you can see underneath my low poly mesh retopology is probably most boring process of any game art pipeline. It needs just recreate silhouette of high poly model and do it properly without any, angles, faces, visible faces, or something like that. As always, I start with rough recreation, and step by step I will create I will create low poly mesh. I will enable my snapping by default, so if this option isn't enabled, I'm pushing my control key all the time, and after a couple hours of working in that way, I feel some numbness in my pinky finger. So I should probably use this option more often. All shapes you can see here will be created in low poly mesh. I won't skip any edges, any details. They all will be in low poly. Just not that smooth as they here. I will simplify a bit my process. Okay, I lost my mesh. Where is it? It's simple process. There is no need in artistic skills. Just couple of keys, buttons, and you're good to go. Okay. Those two meshes needs to be independent from each other. I mean, opening mechanism. Okay, I will continue with roof of the drone. Do size of it. Oh. Okay, let's. Sorry for my silence. Clicking intensifies. As clicking intensifies, I almost can't speak. What do you mean by I'm working fast? Book it. Is that sarcasm? I am a, let's say, character artist, but as you can see, it's not usual character. Oh, sorry, I thought you wrote sarcasm. I'm sorry about that. I'm probably not the fastest modeler in the world. I'm probably doing some things slowly just because I don't need rush. I need to think what I'm doing, and I don't like messing with existing meshes. So as you can see, I'm creating another mesh. Just repeat underlined mesh. Someone can tell it's time waste, but I forgot what I'm talking about. I can think my next step while I'm doing this mechanical stuff, just automatic stuff. For instance, for now I'm thinking how I will do body of drone. And thank you for your comment, Bukit. Okay, I will leave this place as it for now. That thing happens because body overlaps. The body overlaps roof. I call this thing roof. It's funny for me. Bookit, are you familiar with 3D modeling, or you're probably interested in programming? Which discipline interested in you? sorry. I can't spot edge here. I think it doesn't exist.
Oh, for me, just so time consuming to choosing all these lines and so on. I don't know.
Oh, programmer, that's cool. Programming is so hard to me. I just can't concentrate of things, and I'm quickly get lost. I tried before learn programming just like hobby in my free time, and that was so hard for me. Even if I'm more technical person, it's hard to me to understand. I will probably trigger someone here, but I was learning Java in my free time. I don't know, I saw different opinions about it, and I don't know, I don't spend any time learning other languages, so just Java. And I still can't remember why I choose Java. Okay, I think I decided what I will do here.
Oh, you have discussion. What's better?
Okay, hide this part of the mesh.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I started some debates. Yes, yes. This comment, as I can easily write Java applications for multiple platforms. That reason why I'm choose Java. Enable wire, so I can easily spot where edge is. Okay, I think I should isolate those two meshes because too many wires in one place. Oh, that's better. Sorry, I'm stopping. I'm reading chat.
Yeah, it's really interesting to read all these messages, all these comments, this discussion. So
I won't recreate this shape in my low poly model. I will let normal maps do my job. I probably shouldn't try to conform to this mesh exactly vertex by vertex. So I caught myself of doing something wrong. What do I mean? It's you will see now what I mean. Where are you from, Bulkit? I'm just wondering. Florida. I heard you have a lot of rains in Florida. Is that lack of rain is good for you? In my region, where I live now, it's like nasty weather recently. Lots of rains, winds, overcast. It's not feels like a summer. Feels like a fall. Yes, excuse my pronunciation. I'm working hard to get myself right pronunciation skills, grammar skills. So I hope I will speak more clear English in the future. Oh, thank you, Bobit. I don't think it's something software causes that echo. I think it's camera position. It's quite far from me. It's actually webcam. It's sitting on monitor. I'll do double check.
So it's no echo or it's something nice. Oh, okay.
No, I don't think it's from software end. I need proper microphone.
So now we have about 15 minutes before we go to lunch. Maybe you want to see someone else? Just write in comments who you want to see. Yay. Or stay with Ruta all this time, because it's really interesting to watch this modeling, all this stuff, because really it looks nice. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Thank you for feedback, Sia.
No, we can stay with you, Ruta.
I got lost
I'm
for
just
a minute.
wondering.
I'm talking about your feedback of my work.
So early? Really? Oh, oh my gosh, so early. I don't know. Yeah. Hi everybody. Actually, I just can't imagine that I'm wake up so early. For me, it's too early. Oh. Okay. So let's stay with Ruth and then I'll just shortly show you what Felix draw and what works on. Okay. So how do you do all of you?
But when you go to bed usually? I'm sorry, I'm silent. I was silent for a while.
Got it.
I will leave this edge loop here for now.
Oh, stay with us, watching us. But
Thank you for your support, Bulkit.
yeah, but
That means a lot for us as
uh,
beginners.
but in 8 minutes we must go to lunch. But if you want, you can we can stay with us. And actually, I don't go to lunch, so we can just talk in all this time. Yeah, so okay. Maybe you want to see something else? Because I just shortly want to show you. Yes, we must, because I don't know, the boys must have some eats, I guess. We need to go on lunch. Oh, oh, you're laughing on me. It's badly. You can read in our scout. Just here. No, I have a candy. I have something for lunch. So. Yeah, we have very interesting day today.
that's it. That's what I did for my part today. It starts to get look like a low poly model, and now it have 227 triangles, and I aiming for poly budget about under 500 triangles, as it hero asset and hero can call it character. I probably can spend more geometry to get it look nice, smooth and silky. It will be polished in future. Some parts of the mesh need to be by their own, animated parts. So next thing I will do, I will do it off stream, because my time is about to end. My streaming time, I mean. I will continue lower body screens and other stuff. It's probably hard to see now which part responds for which function. It's hard to tell that it's will be screen where camera will be placed. There's reactor window. It's hard to tell how this thing functioning, but you will see it later.
Yep, we'll see it later. So maybe we have just about 2 minutes, so I quickly want to show what Felix actually drew today. It is our drone when the spikes I don't know, kill it, so just look at that. I don't know, looks interesting, I guess. It looks nice because all the spikes just come over ground and do it, kill our small drone. Yeah, it looks interesting. Maybe we have just 1 minute, yeah. What do you think about our drone? For the spikes, yeah. Why it's wasted? Aww. Wasted. Okay, so we go to lunch and watching us later. We will come back very soon. Stay with us with Solux Interactive, so bye bye.